Welcome back to another episode of Carson's Aquatics, and welcome to episode 6 of Tank Tuesday, the show where you guys send in your aquarium photos to this email address, and I review them and rate them out of 5 stars. We are live. This is how we're going to be doing Tank Tuesday from now on. I am super excited about this. This is what I've been working on for so long now. Not that long, but I've been working really hard on this, getting all these graphics and streaming softwares together, and it's finally here. And real quick before we get into the video, I'll just kind of explain how this new series is going to work. So basically, we're going to do these Tank Tuesday live streams, I think on the first Tuesday of every month. Then after we wrap up the stream, I'm going to edit the stream playback and upload that as a video on my channel the following Tuesday. So if you missed the live stream, you can just watch the playback, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. You guys might be wondering why you didn't see this live stream when I was actually live, and that's because this is a members only live stream. For my first Tank Tuesday live, I just wanted to do only my members just to kind of practice before I stream for hundreds of you guys. So I only have my channel members here in the chat. So yeah, I guess I can just throw in, if you guys want extra stuff like this and members only live streams, consider joining the channel membership option. Yeah, with that being said, we are pretty much going to hop into the tank reviewing portion of this video. For the live streams, we are just going to pick up where we left off. I stopped making these Tank Tuesday videos almost a year ago at this point. So we are just going to pick up where we left off with the tank submissions. So if you already sent in your tank, you don't have to send it in again. We will get to it eventually. It might be a while though, because we have 500 tank submissions, but we're going to go in order that I received them. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this first one pulled up right here. So our first tank right here is from SBBDBDD. Okay, interesting name. But we have what looks to be a 2.5 gallon, maybe 1.5 gallon betta fish tank. Not really much going on here. Kind of an empty tank. I also see just an air stone down here, so I don't see an actual filter. And then no decorations. The only thing I would really like about this tank would be the blue gravel, because my favorite color is blue. Yeah, this tank definitely could be a lot better. I'd get a real filter on this one. Definitely some real decorations, maybe some live plants. This tank does look to be a bit too small for a betta fish, so maybe upgrade that. Preferably to a 5 gallon. That's always good for a betta. So I'm going to give this tank 2 stars. Not the best start. No offense to that person, but not the best start, but hopefully the rest of these tanks can be pretty solid. So I'm going to go ahead and get the next one pulled up. So this next tank is from John Harden Bale, and it's actually not really even a tank photo. It's just a picture of his snapping turtle, which it is a beautiful turtle, I should say. Has a nice little hide back here. I should mention that this gravel is probably not the best for your turtle because he could accidentally eat it, and that could cause impaction and cause all kind of problems for him. So I would switch that to either some fine-grained sand or larger stone type gravel to where he can't eat it. And I can't really see the rest of this tank, but based off what I'm seeing right now, I'll give this tank 2.5 stars. All right, this one is from Peter. Here we go. I think he said it was a 10 gallon. And Guppy tank has a breeder box up here. I do like this little scape he's got going down here. He has a little gravel path going through the middle. I've done something similar to that before, and I liked the look of it. Tank size is definitely fine for this small group of guppies. Got the sponge filter in the back as well as a heater. Yeah, I think he said Java moss was in here. You did ask for plant suggestions, so I would say maybe some Anubias you could try and tie down, or some Java fern you could tie down to this wood, and maybe the rocks. You can also glue it down, I'm pretty sure. But those are always really good beginner plants as far as I know. I don't really know too much about plants, but I have had pretty good luck with Anubias and Java ferns so far. So that's all I can really recommend to you. But tank looks pretty solid. I like the background. I always love the look of backgrounds on tanks like this. So I'll give this tank 3.25 stars. Gotta pull up the next one real quick. That tank was a little bit better than the first two. All right, so this next tank is from Kid Sid. Looks to be an African cichlid tank. He said it's a 65 gallon Mbuna tank. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. One thing I am noticing, everything's kind of super low to the ground. I would try and stack up some kind of rock structure for these guys just to take up a little bit more height in the tank. I know African cichlids also love caves, and you might have something going on down here, but I think a bit more cave structure would definitely make them happy. The tank looks clean though. It looks relatively new, judging from the look of the filter and the heater. They don't have any muck on them like mine do. And yeah, beautiful African cichlids in here. Sweet looking tank overall. You have some pretty good equipment as far as I can tell. I know Fluval makes some good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this tank, I'll give this one also 3.25 stars. This next tank is from Shaquille, and right off the bat looks like he has a white crawfish. This is something that I have wanted for a very long time. I'm either getting a white one or a blue one here pretty soon, so that is definitely awesome. To all the members watching right now, go ahead and send in your ratings for this tank. There is a bit of a delay on the stream, so go ahead and send in your ratings now. Got some chala wood right there, all live plants in here, bunch of floating plants. I believe this is all one tank, right? Oh, this is definitely a different tank. I think we'll rate this first one. It looks pretty solid, honestly. I really like the wood with the plants growing out of it. I'll actually rate both of these real quick. I'll give this one 3 stars. I think the scape could be a little bit more organized, I guess. You kind of just have the structures scattered all over the place. You can maybe like clump those up together and make some kind of larger cave structure for the fish. But yeah, then this tank I actually really like. This one's either a beta tank or a pea puffer tank. I think the crawfish was also in this one. Oh no, this is a separate tank too. Yeah, we'll go ahead and rate this tank though. I'm assuming it's the beta tank. I'll give this one 3.75. I like the natural look of it. Got a bunch of plants. I always love the overgrown look of planted tanks like this. This next tank is from Yikang, if that's how you pronounce it. It looks to be a box turtle tank. I think that is some kind of box turtle. Yeah, that thing is cool looking. Look at the shell on this guy. It's like completely dark on the top and bottom, and then the middle section is really light colored. Then it's tank. I can't really tell how big it is from this angle, but it looks like it's properly moisturized. Yeah, the scape looks pretty solid in here. I can't tell if this is like, oh, I think that's probably a leaf. I was thinking it's like a snake tail or something. I sure hope it's not a snake tail. Yeah, no, this tank looks really good from what I can see. Nice and damp in there, assuming that's what this turtle wants. Looks like pine cones scattered around the bottom. That's a nice touch. Got a leaf right here as well. I can't see too much of the tank, but from what I can see, I will give this tank, I'll give this one 3.5 stars because I can't see that much, but 3.5. All right, this next tank is from Bob Zhao. To the members watching, go ahead and send in your early reviews of this one. This is going to be a high rating. I can already tell you that. This tank is looking sweet. Like I mentioned a couple tanks ago, I love the look of overgrown planted tanks. This looks like an absolute jungle in this tank. You even got plants coming out the top, bro. I mean, this one is awesome. This is definitely one of the best tanks we've seen on this show. Looks like gourami right here. I don't really see any other fish in this tank. I'm sure there is in the absolute mess of plants in here though. Mess being a compliment, by the way. Yeah, I mean, this tank is absolutely beautiful. I can't even begin to name the plants in this thing. This might be like frog bit on the top. That's kind of what the roots look like, if I'm correct. And then some kind of grass here in the front. Dude, I gotta take notes from this tank. This honestly might be a 5-star. Tori said that's a 5-star for her. Todd said that's a 4.5 star. I'm gonna go 4.75 stars on this tank. I think that's the highest one we've ever had. I think we've had 4.5s. We're going with 4.75 on this one. Great job, Bob. That tank was sick, dude. That might be the tank of the month. I think eventually I might incorporate that into the streams too. Like have a tank of the month. This is just the first Tank Tuesday stream. We're just kind of breaking the ice here, and over the next couple streams we'll start adding some new stuff. All right, this next tank is from Madison King. She said it is home to her mud turtle, I believe, some kind of mud turtle. There he is right there. Definitely a cute little guy. And she said this is a 20-gallon tall tank. For a turtle that size, looks to be just fine. That thing can't be any more than 2 inches. Couple things I would change with this tank. I would have some kind of substrate. You don't really need that, but I always think substrate makes the tank look a lot better. Along with that, I would do some more plants. You don't really have any plants right now. This appears to be a cave, which is good. Turtles love caves to hide in. Got the filter and heater in here. Can't see if there's a lamp. It doesn't look like there is. So if you don't have a heat and UVB lamp, then I would definitely get one of those. But yeah, this tank is decent, I guess. It's livable as long as there is a lamp. And for that reason, I will give this tank 2.5 stars. This next tank right here is from John. It is a 36-gallon tank. I think he said it was a crawfish tank, if I'm correct. Yep. Oh, these are 2 different tanks. This one looks to be like a community tank, and then this one is the crawfish tank. Dude, I want a crawfish so bad. This is the second crawfish tank we've seen now, and it's getting me hyped up to have my own. But yeah, this tank is probably I think I like this one better, honestly. This one, the colors are kind of all over the place, which that's just preference, really. Usually with me, I like a completely natural look with like all green plants, but if you like the colorful look, that's all you. Yeah, I think I like the crawfish tank better. Go ahead and send in your ratings, guys. And I'm gonna start thinking about mine. The 36-gallon, you could definitely have a bit more height, like some taller plants or some kind of taller structure. Whenever I see a tank like this, like a tall tank but with low decorations, I always get mixed feelings about it because I feel like, I don't know, at least for me, I feel like whenever I have a tall tank, I need to fill up the whole height of the tank. Yeah, this tank Could definitely use some more elevation in the decorations and maybe a background on it. I do like the piece of dragonstone. I do like the clay pot technique in aquariums. I've never done it, but I do like the look of clay pots in aquariums, and I'll probably do it eventually, like for my African clawed frogs. Definitely not a bad tank. I'll give this one, I was thinking around 3 stars for this one. Definitely a solid tank, but could be a little bit better. And then the crawfish tank, this one, it's probably around the same, honestly. I do like this one a little bit better, so I'll give this one 3.25. I want a crawfish, bro. This next tank is from Ethan. He said it's a 45-gallon cichlid tank, and I'm sorry the picture's a little bit small. It's not letting me zoom in for some reason. It looks pretty solid. Definitely a large amount of cichlids in here, and they look, oh, also another crawfish, bro. That's the 3rd crawfish. I feel like we didn't see like any crawfish whenever we used to make the Tank Tuesday videos, and now we've seen 3 in the first like few tanks in this one. This is a sign from the aquarium gods for me to get a crawfish, I'm telling you, and I will. I'm gonna listen. But yeah, this actually looks really nice. I like these rocks. It's like a cool style of rock. It almost looks like a saltwater style, like some kind of coral. Got some pretty good sized cichlids in here. Also a little breeder box over here. Maybe he's trying to breed these guys. But yeah, the tank looks pretty solid. I don't really have many recommendations for this thing. The only recommendation I would really have would be to like kind of offset one side of the substrate. At least me personally, I don't usually like a completely flat substrate look. I usually want to have some kind of like slope in the tank. But that again is completely preference. You don't need to do that at all. The tank looks really good as is, and I will give this one, I'll give this 4 stars. So this next tank is from Jaden, baby red-eared slider in a 10-gallon tank. I'm gonna have to roast this guy. All right, this next tank is a 10-gallon turtle tank, and right off the bat, I will go ahead and say for any size baby turtle, you should have at least a 20-gallon tank. I know way back in the day, like 3.5 years ago, I did have a 10-gallon turtle tank, so I am guilty of that as well. But I definitely recommend having a 20-gallon at least for a turtle. But I mean, your turtle looks relatively happy and healthy in here. Also have some guppies in the background. You do have the correct substrate, so good job there. And yeah, this guy actually looks a lot like Sheldon Jr. when he was a little bit younger. Got the lamp up there. Hopefully that's an all-in-one UVB plus heat bulb. If it's not, then you should have like another lamp. You do need both a UVB and a heat bulb for turtles. Oh, it looks like a little Lego structure over here. I've seen people put Legos in their tanks before, and that looks to be what this is. Like a little Lego brick wall forming a little cave for the turtle. That's definitely unique. Then yeah, the floating basking area. Tallish plants that go up to the water surface for him to rest on. That's always a good idea. Yeah, mainly because this tank should be bigger for a turtle, I'm gonna give this tank 2 stars. Wow, Soul Waves gave that one a 0.6. He is tough to please. All right, guys, these next tanks are from Luciano. Got some angelfish in this one. I think they said it was a 30-gallon, or maybe this was the 30-gallon, or maybe they're both 30 gallons, but these are just massive angelfish. I mean, look at the size of these guys. This might actually be smaller than 30. This looks like it could be a 20-gallon tank with a pair of huge angels in it. And I think in their little comment in the email, they did acknowledge that they know that the angels are too big for these tanks. Hopefully by now they've upgraded the tanks because they sent this in like a year ago. So yeah, they are beautiful angels though. I mean, look at these guys. And then 2 different tanks here. I definitely like this one better than this one. Everyone go ahead and start sending in your ratings. I will give this one, I'm gonna break down this tank a little bit more. We got some live plants in here, which is always good. We have a couple different filters. We have a hang on the back filter as well as a sponge filter. Can't go wrong doubling up like that. This is definitely the more natural looking tank. This one has some like man-made looking stuff in here, which I don't mind at all, but again, I do prefer the natural look. I'll give this one a 3.25. And then I'll give this one, I'll also give this one a 3.25. They're pretty similar, just different vibes. All right, so this next tank is from Ben. It is an African cichlid tank. This could be upwards of 100 gallons, honestly. It looks to be at least 75. These are some good sized African cichlids in here. I don't know any specific species of African cichlids. Actually, I lied. I think these are red zebra. That's one of the ones that Elmadine had. Then maybe some albinos down here. These are all beautiful, dude. African cichlids are just another breed, literally and figuratively. These things are just gorgeous. I definitely would love to have an African cichlid tank one day. And it looks like you have a 3D background back here, if I'm correct. That looks like a DIY 3D background, so great job on that. Pretty simple scape. You just have the driftwood, some fake plants, and then a little pile of rocks. I would recommend having some more caves in here. I know African cichlids just love caves and like rock structures, so maybe on this side, you can maybe stack up a few more rocks. I do love the tank though. As Jillian just said, it does look a little bit overcrowded, but usually with African cichlid tanks, like most people have so many African cichlids in one tank. So I don't know if that's normal, or I don't know if that's like frowned upon for them, but I mean, they're beautiful regardless. So I'll give this tank 3.75 stars. All right, this next tank right here is from Ties, I believe is how you say it. Again, really natural looking tank here. Piece of driftwood here in the middle. That looks like, this piece of driftwood almost looks like one that you found yourself. It doesn't look like a store-bought kind. It looks like something you might have found in the woods, which is not an insult, by the way. It does look amazing, and I find all my driftwood too. So I really love the look of that. I think this is jungle val back here. I'm still kind of learning my plant species. Then this right here might be baby tier. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that. It looks like here he has a CO2 source, so that's probably why these plants look so healthy. And then yeah, the rest of the scape, he has like a rock wall up here. That looks awesome. Kind of containing all the wilderness back here. Definitely an awesome look for this tank. I'll give this one 4.25 stars. Good job, bro. So I think we're gonna do like a few more tanks. We are getting to just about an hour of the stream, and I think that's gonna be about the distance we're going for. So we're gonna do just a handful more of these tanks. This next one is from Jennifer. This is a 20-gallon high community tank, and wow, this is a high quality photo right here. Yeah, the tank looks super clean. Again, this is probably relatively new. I mean, not anymore, like in real time. It was probably new when you sent these photos in, just from how clean it looks. Yeah, I got an aerator back here producing a bunch of oxygen. Looks like you went for like an ancient China type look. I was really close to setting up like an ancient China themed tank like a year ago. It's just a super cool look for tanks, like especially if you would have had like some natural colored sand. It's almost like an ancient China desert. I think I'll definitely have a tank like that someday. But it looks like you do have the glowfish tetras, maybe a balloon molly right here, and then cardinal tetra, I believe, right there. If you only have one cardinal tetra in here, I recommend getting some more because they are schooling fish. So just take that into consideration. You got the plain blue background, then a mixture of fake plants like here in the back, and then real plants. I can get down with a mixture of fake and live plants. Yeah, solid looking tank. Not too much I would change, honestly. It's kind of its own vibe, so I'll give this tank 3.5 stars. So we are gonna do a few more tanks here. I think we'll do like 2 more, and then we will wrap this first Tank Tuesday stream up. All right, so this next tank is from Jaden. He said this is a 15-gallon tank, and right off the bat, it looks pretty solid. This looks like a fluval tank, if I'm correct. You have like the filter output up here. It looks like a double nozzle, which is awesome. You can like divide the flow to go 2 different ways. And yeah, your scape is pretty solid. You have a little dragonstone cave down here. Looks like a gourami right here, and then that looks like a ram, if I'm correct. Then yeah, some taller plants back here. A couple things I would change with this tank. I would probably bunch up the tall plants. I think it would just look better if it was all together like in one little thing. And then maybe some more tall plants. You do have the lucky bamboo, so maybe you could just have these on one side, lucky bamboo on the other side. I think that would look pretty solid. And yeah, oh, I didn't even see this other ram right here. Not a bad tank at all. I will give this tank, I'll give this one 3.5 stars. Alrighty guys, and I think this is gonna be the last tank for now. I think we're getting about to that time where the video will be about at the length I want it. And if I'm wrong, then we can just note that and adjust it on our next live stream. But for those of you that don't know, we have now been streaming for an hour, and I think that's about the length that we're gonna have these Tank Tuesday streams. They'll be about an hour long, or not. I'm gonna edit this video, see how long the video is, and we might make the stream a little bit longer if we need to. Yeah, this is gonna be the last tank for now. This one is from Alan, and this is a great tank to end on. This thing again looks just beautiful. I got some shrimp in here, cherry shrimp right there, maybe in a mono shrimp right here if I'm correct. A loach in there, maybe like a coolie loach or something. That's what the tail looks like. I have no idea what this fish is, dude. That is weird. Maybe I'm not even gonna try and guess. Yeah, this thing's cool though. Then another little sucker fish right here. I didn't even see him at first. Couple gouramis in here, living it up. Yeah, these are some quality photos, dude. Nice job with those. And yeah, this tank is sweet. I love, dude, this scape is honestly awesome. This is like what I go for in a lot of my tanks. You have like the higher substrate in the corner, and there's like a rock retaining wall holding that substrate up, and then like a piece of driftwood kind of just falling down from it. Awesome scape here. Jillian gave this one 4 stars. That's pretty accurate. I think I'm gonna give it a little bit higher. One more thing I want to talk about: plants growing on the driftwood. Awesome look. Then some little like slate stones down here, it looks like. Then these little like clover looking plants just growing all over the place. This tank is awesome, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one 4.25 stars. Definitely top 3 tanks that we saw in this video. Great job with this one, dude. And with that, that is pretty much going to wrap up our first ever Tank Tuesday live stream. Big thank you to all my members who popped in here to join me. This was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun too. And for everyone else, we are going to be doing these live streams regularly. I think we're going to do one once a month, again on the first Tuesday of every month. I'm going to aim for. And let's see when we would start. Let me check my calendar real quick. Yeah, we're going to do the first Tank Tuesday live for the public on February 15th. So be ready for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I can't wait to see where this new series takes us. I'm just so excited for this. Thank you to everyone for watching. Once again, big thank you to the members. That is pretty much going to wrap up this video, and today's comment of the day goes out to... And if you want your comment to be the comment of the day in the next video, all you got to do is drop a comment down below, and that could happen. And if you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Todd said, how many tanks do you have, Carson? So I'm at 9 right now. I was chilling at 8 for a while. It's a good number. It's a good middle ground. 8 aquariums in your parents' basement.